Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. The director's cut. A yawn crept up on me while I was talking there. Joining me is the Yorkshire Raven.
Is that a Templar over there, or is just someone happy to see me?
Yes? So, now that we have, now that we've exhausted all this conversation with him,
right? You're welcome.
we need to do something about getting a hold of the tripod. And of course, from our previous visit, we know what happens if we click on the thing. The alarm sounds and people get annoyed with us. So we're going to have to be sneaky about this. What we need to do is go hide in this sarcophagus. And just like previously, the way we're going to have to hide in that sarcophagus is distract the guard by waiting until the guard walks away from us here. And we're going to mess with that. We're going to walk over here. And when he goes to mess with that, we are going over here.
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Time puzzle compared to like
Already,
Grim Fandango.
just under
Yep.
hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
So we're here after dark, and oh look, the crook showed up.
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
So while they're over there, we need to distract them.
What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
And by distract, I mean drop a thing on her head.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor George.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod.
This is true. Nico finally found a good use for George.
Is that referring to as Black Cat?
Could be. It's very possible they were making a reference to Black Cat. Or Catwoman. One of the two.
Oh, just an old cat burglar.
Yeah. But yeah. Nico finally found a good use for George. Bait!
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from Andre Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
We don't want to look at we don't want to look at that again because that's what will happen if we click on it.
I'd better get back to the quest.
And we're just going to yank the tripod. Even though we have clearly demonstrated that we are not great guardians of anything.
If anything, you may have a concussion at the moment.
It's possible. So let's see. We need to go back to the museum. And now that Lobineau has seen the manuscript, get out of the way, guard.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
Sure you were.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
Uh-huh.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
So we don't want to show him the tripod that we stole.
Nope,
We gained a brain cell. Amazing. Anyway.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Yeah, let's see. Alright. Now that we have our backstory here, we can head towards the place where all the executions happened. This is a happy trip.
Oh, very.
Oh god, it's a clown!
A very cartoony clown. Okay, George is the odd one looking here.
Yeah, everybody else is very cartoony in design.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Aw, what a shame. I guess we'll never get it open. Because all we have apparently is a doctor's implement. Let's see, who else can we talk to around here before we talk to the juggler? Well, we don't want to talk to policemen yet.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
And we can't even talk to them, okay.
Hey, you with the balls.
Oui?
Yeah, everyone here is going to be very, very cartoony compared to the other faces we've seen.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crownheads of Europe had the jongleurs. witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
He has a point. On the other hand, I mean, they were the entertainment.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult.
The crowd doesn't make a sound either.
Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not.
Help, we're not done talking to you
Hi
yet.
again.
Oui? What is it this time?
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques Dumoulin, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
You were this close to being respectable.
In this game?
Yeah, amazing. So,
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
we want to talk to him about a few things we have in our inventory, but we won't get very far until we talk to this guy first.
Excuse me, officer. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
And yet another guard or policeman that has seen some things.
Yeah.
At least this one's blinking faster so we can actually see that, yeah, those are his eyes and not just painted on.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
You know, he has a point.
Yeah.
You can either try to wedge yourself in the middle of the street with ton or 2-ton hunks of metal flying by you at, you know, what, 40 kilometers an hour? I think that's about what it translates to. Or you can sit here and sip wine while sitting in the sun. I mean, you weigh those two. That's a hard choice, really. Yeah. Anyway.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
You know what? That's honestly fair.
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
This guy's in his 2 days till retirement phase, isn't he?
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Ah, you are a clown.
Do I look like a clown?
Yes.
No. Although you juggle like one. No. If I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur. You have it.
George, I know what you're probably thinking, and no, wearing a red nose all the time will not excuse your buffoonery in general. It's only specific instances that will work for.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
We finally found somebody that actually had a really good comeback for that.
Would you like to shake... I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Look at him, I don't think he would survive.
Yeah, I don't know how good this officer's constitution is.
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Ah, he knows what that is. One of the few people.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician.
That's right, we're the electrician clown.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
Kind of amazing he actually knows what some of this stuff is.
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long.
Yours, you dumbass.
I mean...
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A tripod. What is it for?
You mean you don't know?
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
He kind of has us there.
So we kind of run into one of the smarter characters?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's already figured out that he
I'll
can
see you
while
around.
away his hours sipping wine in the sun rather than trying to direct traffic in the middle of the street. He's already got major things figured out here. Just saying.
So, it's about his con score, but his int score is definitely high.
Yeah. Well, maybe not even the int, but the wisdom is definitely up there.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see. Now that we know that we will apparently just get laughter with us instead of at us when we juggle with a red nose on.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
We're wearing the red nose.
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No. I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury.
Except he forgot one.
Hey, you forgot one of your balls. Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
So now that nobody's standing on the damn manhole cover and the policeman isn't here to watch us try to pry it open.
It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure. It was a large blue gemstone. It was a simple but elegant tripod made of metal, with traces of colored enamel still visible in places. It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
Although we got a bright red ball out of that. What are we gonna do with a bright red ball? Well, who knows, but a clown node just came in useful, so anything's possible, really. But I do believe that for right now, it is time to take a break. When we return, we're going back to another sewer level. I'm sure everyone's just pleased about that. On the other hand, it is George we're sending down there, so, you know.
You can say hi to sewer urchin down there.
Yep. And with all the poo gas. But that's next time. So until then, take care, everyone.
Later, folks.